Okay, the subject is rechambering rounds over and over again because people carry every day, and sometimes they take that round that's in the chamber, they take it out and they put it back in again. And the reason why it's a concern sometimes is because of setback. For instance, if a bullet like this caves in further, it creates higher pressures, which could cause some problems, and it could cause injuries if the gun should blow or something like that. But not that it will happen, but it might. There's always that possibility. So what I do with my rounds is I put a little black mark right there. You see that? So I can tell if it's got setback. Set forward would be if the bullet goes forward. Setback is when it goes deeper in. When it goes deeper in, sometimes what could happen is, once again, you get that higher pressure, and that's where sometimes if you have, say, like a 9mm Ruger revolver with them clips, and you put in 9mm rounds inside a 6-shot revolver with them clips, depending on the manufacturer of the ammo, you could get setback or set forward depending on the recoil and stuff like that. So I know some guys that have clips, and my dad himself has clips for his revolver. They look like stars and metal stars or whatever, and you put the bullets inside the star. And then, of course, the older school stuff, you have like moon clips and stuff like that for like the 45 and, for them older 45 revolvers. So what I do to prevent setback or set forward is I always mark the bullets right here. And then on the primer, I mark the primers too. So here we got the 32 ACP. Mark the back, and then 380. So I've got every caliber here is marked. So this is the bullet I put back in when I carry. And when I start seeing it set back or set forward, then I get rid of it. But usually what I do is when I go to the range, I'll usually fire these as soon as I can, like the first rounds. If I'm going to practice or do drills, I'll usually take care of these first, get rid of them. Start over fresh and put black marks all over again on them. Then here's the 45 ACP. You can see that this one hasn't had any problems. Now, the one thing I got to tell you about the 45 ACP, the 1911, is one of the reasons why I put the black mark on here is because some, but not all pistols, might have an issue of when you chamber a round, the firing pin might come forward a little bit and nick the primer. And if you do it over and over again, there's a chance, or I don't know if it's rare or not, but a chance you can set off the round, kind of like what you hear with 5.56 and 2.23 in your AR-15 when you're constantly reloading the same round. You get a dimple inside the primer, and then all of a sudden it goes off, and that has been shown to happen on YouTube, where a guy didn't do anything. He was just rechambering the same round all the time. He was out on the range, and he let one go, and they found out that he had probably rechambered the round so many times that it finally went off. So, Federal Hydroshock 147 grain. This is they use HST now, but this is an old school 147 grain, just your basic Hydroshock concept here, 147 grain. Notice that they have the crimp right here. Now that crimp came in handy because of the fact that police officers were always rechambering their pistols and stuff like that for that first round in the chamber. And this prevents setback right here because you have that crimp. And you usually find it on 147 grain. Because of the grain weight, it's so heavy, chances are that this could get set back or set forward easier than other bullets because it's got so much weight to it. And if you know anything about Newton's law and stuff like that, energy and, velocity squared, divided, or velocity squared times the grain weight divided by 450, 240 or whatever, that anything that has a lot of weight to it is more likely to strip out of the casing. So the 147 grain ones, they have this right here. And even the 124 grain Hydroshocks, I've seen them on before, but not the 115. But anyway, so you got something like that that kind of keeps that bullet from getting setback. But even though this has something on it like that, I would still probably put a mark on there. It's probably not going to happen because of this, but I just do that anyway. So once again, the topic is rechambering the same round over and over again. Should you do it? Well, you can see from me doing it dozens of times, I haven't had any problems with it. But if I notice that something's moving, then I'm going to get rid of that round. But I don't chamber the same round forever because of the fact that I told you when I go to the range, I'll usually fire off the round that I usually put in the chamber anyway. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys.